It's day 23 of designing a Pokopia Cloud Island in 30 days. We did indeed get our houses built that I said would be built from yesterday, and these are all done now. So we are done with all the prefab buildings here, and all that's left to do is decorate this biome and get it to a place where we can be a little more proud of it. Now, like all the different places I've been building in, there's a lot to do here, So we're just the goal is to just get it looking a little more finished, and hopefully towards the end we can come back and do what we're gonna do with a lot of places and put a lot of finishing touches on them. But right now, this place is just too barren for us to leave it in the dust. So let's get to work. I'm gonna start by filling in this hole here that I used to help measure the location of our railroad track. And we're going to replace it with path like this. And we're just going to try to find a tidy way to kind of finish this path. And I think having it come out to about here is probably the right call. And I don't exactly know how the borders are supposed to surround the house here, but they do need to come to a stop at some point, right? For the stairs. It looks like it'll let us tuck this border in underneath the house. No, it won't. Okay, so they just have to stop here naturally. So that is the best we can do in terms of path borders next to the entrances of the little cottages that are kind of on top of our path. Not a big deal. I think that looks totally fine. I'm not worried about this at all. My plan is to put something in front of the houses here with this this split path we have. It's kind of a cool opportunity to maybe put some fences, shrubs, trees, flowers, something kind of cool there. And then what I want to do is I want to take this path here and have it go down to the beach. I'm thinking private staircase that leads to a beach hangout kind of area for the folks who are staying here to just kind of kick back and hang out by the ocean. We're just going to make this a nice, simple staircase, and I'm not doing the design I did for the other stairs where I'm putting flower beds around them or anything. I think what this is going to do is just kind of abruptly stop, and there'll be stairs, and we'll just deal with the fact that they kind of, the little path borders kind of intersect with half of two stairs. It's not a big deal. That actually looks pretty nice, I think. And then down here, I'm just gonna need to make a few little decorations so we could finish up this beach hangout area. I've gone ahead and made some different pieces of furniture that kind of feel like they fit the bill, but as always, we're kind of missing one key element here, and that is Smeargle's ability to dye this different colors. I don't want everything to just be the exact same color, so we might go ahead and once again move Smeargle to a new semi-permanent location. This will never not feel bad. I feel so bad about having to do this to poor Smeargle. You know what it kind of reminded me of? The fact that only certain characters kind of help with certain things. It kind of reminded me of Animal Crossing. For example, Brewster. Brewster is the pigeon who makes coffee in the roost. Brewster is not like every other villager. He has his very own cafe attached to a museum, and he has one purpose, and that is to make folks coffee. The good news about Brewster is you always know where to find him. The bad news about Brewster is that he can't leave. He can't do anything. He's just kind of tethered 24/7 to this cafe. So because of this, you can't make Brewster his own little, home away from home, right? If he wants a break from coffee, maybe Brewster really likes tetherball. You can't build him a tetherball court because, he's just stuck. He's stuck building or making coffee constantly, building coffee. And that to me is a shame. However, Pokopia went the opposite direction, and some of their special characters like Smearguru, who are part of the story and, pivotal to designing in this game, they are Pokemon like any other Pokemon. They need to be moved to certain locations, and, that's just where they end up living forever. They're also not fully available to you all the time. You have to make sure you have honey on you, because when you go to their house and they're not home, you need to summon them. Anyway, all this rambling to say that I would really liked it if there was a way to have Smearguru have his own little painting booth, and you could always find him there very easily. Let's say you ring a bell and just like the honey, he pops up, but it doesn't cost anything. Otherwise, he might be walking around and milling about with other Pokemon friends. I think all the specialty characters in Pokopia could get that treatment, and it would be pretty awesome. It's not mandatory. It's not killing my enjoyment of the game by any stretch at all. But I was just thinking oh, it'd be kind of cool if I didn't have to feel bad about moving Smear Guru constantly. I guess a painting booth wouldn't necessarily solve the problem. Maybe it need to be like a traveling painter's like cart. I don't know, something that I can use the minecart system to like summon. I have no idea. I just feel bad because I'm gonna need to like set up a habitat like this just temporarily to have this Pokemon nearby. And that's not fair. That's not fair to me or Smear Guru. Anyway, so I'm just doing something real simple here where I have some beach chairs and umbrellas, and then I have another set here, just 2 chairs and an umbrella for them to share. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. And then I wanted to see if I could change the color of the inflatable boat, and I can. I'll be honest, I played with the colors of those for a while, and I hated everything. I can't seem to make these look any better than how they already look, in my humble opinion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna place one over here, and then I'm gonna go out here, I think, try not to drown, and place one like this. Dang it looks so bad. It's stuck in the water. What happened? All right, I'll put it about right here maybe, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully that's good. Also, I didn't think I had any more habitat information to receive. A trace of a Pokemon. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's Tatsugiri. Okay, I actually already knew how to make this habitat somehow, but okay, yeah. If I just put a table next to this, we can get some Pokemon spawning. Why not? We're trying to be a 5-star resort here. We'll go ahead and see if we get a couple different forms of Tatsugiri. I made this book for this table. We got this drink that matches this set over here. So yeah, there we go. That looks really nice. I think I'm gonna need to go on another island run here soon, but I do have some more palm trees, so I wanted to see what would happen if I did something like this and like threw the hammock kind of between them. I do wish I could tie the hammock to the 2 trees, but this is the next best thing. Sort of. Okay, it's not really centered like I thought it would be. Let me see if I can pull it back. Of course, it won't work how I want it to. I wanted it to be centered between these trees. That is just not possible. Well, I think that works. You know, just some trees, some places to sit, some boats in the water. All right, looking good. That's all I really wanted out of this area. Let's move on. The other thing I talked about building over there were some like stalls that could sell things. I think what I'm gonna do is copy this design, but over there. So a smaller version of this, and I just wanted to see how they did this roof. It's actually pretty interesting. I don't know why they chose to put these blocks in between, but I guess we have some blocks. You obviously have an awning hanging over it. And yeah, it overall looks pretty good. So it's about, what, 1, 2, 3 blocks tall with a roof. And then they put roof tiles on top of it as well. I think we could probably mimic that over here. And yeah, we're just gonna make like a little booth or 2 for, you know, selling merch, just having something to check out here for people who are walking by. That would be the frame. Pretty simple. I'm out of seashells, so I can't fill it with stylish walls like they did. I don't really know why they did that, so I'm not really gonna worry about it. I could use stone pillars maybe, but I also don't have like a ton of stone. How about just some fluffy floor? Why not? We'll stick this in here for some reason. The awnings though are what really complete the look, and then I gotta figure out where I wanna put my counters. I made some counters, got about 8 of them, because I figure I'm gonna make 2 of these booths. And I think they put them in between the posts. Yeah, they did. Okay, so we'll do that too. We'll just do 3 across like that, and then we'll throw down a cash register on one side. So these little stores will be pretty small because they can only put 2 things down on a counter, but it looks good. And I guess the nice thing about having the fluffy floor block up there is we can throw some lights right there, and it has something to hang off of. Those look good. And fortunately, I already have roofs. I was going to put them over here. But I have some of the roofs I need that they used over yonder, so I'll go ahead and put these here like this to finish the top part off. And there we go. There's 1 of 2 booths. And then here's our second booth coming together now. So, yep, again, counters, cash register, and it's basically it. I just gotta hang a few lights back here. Done and done. That's gonna look awesome at night, by the way. And these are cool. Yeah, this is good. I have to figure out if I want the path to like kind of go under these a little bit just to kind of welcome people over to them. And I think I do. I think it would look kind of nice if we picked up these path borders and kind of like had the wooden paths go right underneath the counters. Yeah, kind of like this. We would just kind of put borders back here, throw some corners on them, and call it a day. Okay, with these done, I think all of the structures I want to build at this point are done for now. I was always wanting some booths here, so we have that. We have our houses, we have our train station, we got the stage. I think we're good. Now it's, again, yeah, it's just kind of like foliage and all of those fun little bits. I do want this path to lead somewhere eventually, but I think what I'm going to do for now is just kind of cap it off, because I don't have any ideas right now, and I do need to start getting choosy about what projects are going to need to just kind of wait until, I don't know, another time where maybe, who knows what could happen. We bring the series back, or we stream adding to it. I have no idea. But I don't see myself thinking of anything else to do with this particular path just yet. Heck, I could throw another building right here if I really want to. A visitor center, I don't know. But anyway, before we go ahead and just claim that all of the building over here is done and now it's just decorating, we should probably finish what we started. I have enough areas where I have not finished what I started, so let's get the roof finished on our train station. I'm half tempted to let Smear Guru go home. It's not too far away. We can always get them back. It's not a big deal, but I don't think I'm going to dye anything else right now. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of like flowers and shrubs at this point. We need some grass types over here so we can start growing some stuff. Okay, that's done. And as I was putting the roof on, I just realized something else. We need something to cover the tunnel. I forgot all about this. The train can't just like go into a pit and that's it. We need to like cover it. So, all right. I don't think we'll need to dye anything for that either. You go home. We don't need you here anymore. I think Tatsugiri's here. Yep. This is a different Tatsugiri than what I have on single player. That's fun. Funny how the reddish pink Tatsugiri appears by the blue umbrella and stuff. But okay, that's fine. So hopefully we can get one more based on that habitat over there. And I've seen that people have said that Tatsugiri, like all 3 Tatsugiri that are in this game, are very difficult to get, which was kind of surprising. I didn't realize that would be a thing, but yeah, here we are. As I was saying though, we are not quite done with buildings just yet. First, I'm gonna go ahead and carve out the sides of our train tracks here, just so we get this thing looking uniform with the rest of the minecart system we put in place. And then, before we do anything else, we should go take some measurements of the other little tunnel house we made. I don't know what else to call it. Tunnel house. Okay, looks like we went with 4 blocks tall plus a roof. I think that's the same as the train stations. Yeah, that looks about right. So 4 blocks tall plus a roof, and then 5 blocks deep? 6 blocks deep. We went 6 blocks deep, 4 blocks tall plus a roof. Okay. So I'm going to want this one to look good. I mean, it's going to be a little more visible than the other one that we made, if that makes sense. Because the other one we made is kind of like on the very edge of the town, whereas this is like at the center of town. So I think it'll look good, though. We went 6 blocks deep, so this is 2. That's 6. And yeah, I guess we're just going to kind of mimic the design of the train station. So we use all the same blocks and just make a big rectangle. Part of me kind of wonders why not just connect it to the train station, because it's so close and it's the same dimensions and everything. I mean, I may as well connect it to the train station, but maybe it looks cool as 2 separate buildings. I don't, the roofs are almost going to be touching. It's almost kind of silly not to connect it. Maybe I connect the roofs, but leave the middle part open? What I think we'll do is throw in windows on the sides. We'll leave the back closed off. Move this tree like over here. Yeah, I think that's something. Following the same roof design we typically do, we'll just go ahead and throw these blocks on top. And yeah, I guess it's just deciding now whether or not I want to connect the roofs. I'm gonna need more of these blocks. I think I will connect them. I'm gonna try it. I don't see why it would look bad. I mean, no worse than how it already kind of looks, I guess. This is kind of ugly, this big box here, but I think it looks okay. It definitely matches the style I've been going for, so, you know, it's good enough. What's nice, too, is we can get a really quick look at how it's going to look from, like, all angles, because the roof is going to look like that, and, ooh, you know what? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I kind of like that. It's really easy to slap these on and just kind of get a sense really quickly for how it's all going to turn out, and yeah, you know what? Not a bad deal, I think. I'll probably need to make some more of these flat pieces and then an indented corner, but we'll be finished after that. It's a shame you have to make 10 of these. There's no way I would ever need 10 all at once for the buildings I'm making anyway. I do like how far the materials go in this game when you're crafting, so I don't want to complain too much, but I don't know, sometimes it'd be nice to just craft one of a thing. But there we go. All right, so the roof is done. The only thing I'm going to want to add are maybe some extra lights. Definitely a light in there, and maybe more of the green and red kind of traffic-looking lights, too. Fortunately, Smear Guru is still wandering around here, so I can make these lights really quickly. At this time, I only have one little generator powering all of this stuff. I'm I'm going to see if I can push that to its limit and get all of these lights powered without adding another generator. I am putting a resort light in here because it's going to be really dark otherwise. This red light didn't turn on, but I think it might be just too far away from our transmitter. Let's add another one. That seemed to do the trick. This is great. I am so glad I don't have to add another generator. The other thing I did last time was I threw gravel right underneath the little tunnel house building, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to do that again just to kind of separate the building from the kind of underground looking stuff. I do intend on giving this like a more finished look in the future, but for now, I mean, just throwing down some sand, making it look somewhat uniform, that'll do. Okay, cool. Now we're good on buildings, I think, for the time being. I need to head back home and look and see what kind of seeds and things like that I have, because we need some plants. But on my way there, I'm going to go ahead and finish putting down all the borders of the railroad tracks, whatever you want to call these, the planks that I put around them. I want to finish that too. I'm hoping I made enough because this is a kind of a slow trip. So hopefully we can finish this off. Oh yeah, we are good to go. We're going to make it to our next train station, no problem. All right, I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of different flowers and shrubs. Just tried to pick one type of each thing to see if we can make this place look, you know, nice, pretty, but uniform as well. Also, I do realize that based on how I've been doing things, I should have moved the rails even farther back because, you know, I wanted a 3x3 spot where the track was flat. I didn't do that for myself, but it's too late now. I've built an entire building around this, so I can't move it now. We're just gonna have to live with our mistakes. Let's start here and try and figure out a nice bit of landscaping that will make this place look really tropical, lush, and premium. Let's start with some boat railing, shall we? What I'm trying to do with this is create some separation between the main road and then the little villas that people are trying to occupy on their vacation. So I'm thinking we take these 3 hedges, these shrubs, if you will, and throw them here, here, and here, and then some flowers in between them. I don't have too many of these orange ones, so why don't we just use these? Yeah, that should look pretty nice once we grow in the flowers. And then we need some trees, obviously. So what if we made them, we'll make them uniform. We'll kind of make them surround the entrance to the beach like that. That looks really cool. Shall we do that again one more time over here? Yeah, okay, I like that. I have one more tree, so I guess I'll just put it like here for now. And the trees are gonna be pretty crucial. We're gonna need to put them in a lot more places. So we're definitely gonna have to go and like find some more. And for the flowers by the stairs, I think I'm gonna go with these blue ones. There's a chance I don't change the roofs on any of these houses. Part of it's laziness, and there's 2 other reasons too. Laziness is probably the #1 reason. Let's not get it mixed up. But part of it is because I think these houses look really nice with the colors that have already been picked. And the other thing is whenever I try to paint these houses, I always get really stuck. I don't know what to do with them. They're nice the way they are, and I don't feel like I can do a better job. Okay, so our flowers and the planters are done, and I think that's gonna look pretty nice. I also need to get this beach sand placed down. I didn't have this last time. I had to go get some. So I have it now, and yeah, we just need to fill this area in. Obviously, I'm gonna want some trees in here too. That's just another reason to hit up a dream island today, or a cloud island. No, this is a cloud island. A dream island. Ah, yes, there's also some decisions to make about this path that got offset by 1 tile. That was not the intention. I might go ahead and take this road that I'm floating above and just move it 1 over. That shouldn't be too difficult. That shouldn't cause any issues, and it'll solve the problem. We'll just add 1 line over here of wooden path, and then we'll go ahead and replace all of this with grass. I think I have plenty. Yeah, just like that. And we'll add some more in here too, so that we can get it looking nice and pretty for our guests. Of course, I made the genius move of putting sand underneath it when I wanted grass, most likely. I think I had run out or something. I don't know. But yeah, now it looks very odd underneath the building like that, and there's nothing I can do. I could, of course, move the building and then move it back, but no, that's not gonna happen. But okay, that looks a whole heck of a lot better. It's revealing even more big open spaces for, I guess, trees. Let's go ahead and take that trip to our dream island today. I really want to see what I can do with just a whole bunch of palm trees. And then from there, I can decide where I want to put flowers and shrubs and things like that. Pikachu Islands are going to have to be what we go to for this because they have seashells and I'm pretty sure palm trees. Now, we are owed a rare Pokemon. It's been way too long. All Pokemon in this area. Come on. Why? There are palm trees here. I don't know if they're as abundant as maybe like the Eevee Islands, unfortunately. I still really need seashells, so this will just have to do. I mean, there's a pretty good amount of them here. We're doing okay. All right, I did check the caves, didn't find a rare Pokemon. I have 12 palm trees, not as many as I was hoping, and 25 seashells. I could probably find more, but I'm feeling a little bit lazy. I did grab an extra vending machine because I realized I had forgotten to put 2 vending machines in here like I usually do. Let's see if this completely destroys my little tiny power grid. No, everything seems to still have power. Okay, good. It probably can't hold much more, but there we go. Speaking of power, I still gotta get power to all these lights and registers, things like that. We'll get to that. All right, well, let's just add some trees. I think putting them right here on these corners will just look really nice. Then again, I still want to put a few more street lights down, so maybe I'll kind of move them back a little bit like that. And that's all the trees I had on me. Oh, man. I think here and here will be our next batch of street lights. I don't see myself putting too many more down, because like I said, I just want to put them at like the entrances, if you will, of different areas of the island. Maybe 2 would go over here as well, I'm not sure. But yeah, powering them as well is going to be very interesting. I'll be honest, the reason I'm feeling kind of lazy right now is because everything I've done today has taken 10 times longer than I thought it would. Honestly, it took 10 times longer than it probably should have. But all that really means is that I should probably call it a day and maybe schedule one more day here on this beachside resort for decorating. So that's what we're going to do. We'll work on this more tomorrow. And yeah, if that video is ready, it's on screen now. I hope you'll check it out, and I'll see you there.